Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
HOT.
Looking at the date that this is coming out is on September.
No, I won't. What do you mean
gross.
stop?
It's
do you
also
mean?
Labor Day when this is coming
For
out.
why?
So hi, happy Labor Day. So that's gross. Happy September. Bella's getting older. I'm neutral on that. She's probably really upset about that.
No, of course not. Fuck the haterade. We should all be
She's probably really
getting
upset.
it hot like Papa John and
welcome
minding our own
to
damn business.
Into Twilight. Hello. How... Oh no, you're adding something to your happy things. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey. Sure. Hey.
This can't be real.
Listen, I wanted to set the scene, okay? I'm here. I'm living. Listen, I had a lot of things I've been watching, a lot of content I've been consuming, but I was stopped dead in my fucking tracks yesterday, and I tweeted about it from our account. And now this is something I'm obsessed with.
Because it's Millie Bobby Brown?
What you are seeing is the honest-to-God first pressing of Twilight in the United Kingdom. I know, that's what I said. Because I saw this tweet from Kate Dillon, thank you, for bringing this to my attention. And I guess this is like a holy grail for like collectors and everything. Because,
That
pretty
is
quickly
my
they didn't do
sleep
this one
paralysis
anymore.
demon.
Because it's a nightmare. It looks like AI generated Millie Bobby Brown in like a weird forced perspective next to some lockers.
This one's the
It's very
worst.
like weirdly painted. The text on the word Twilight is bananas. I'm so obsessed with this, but yes, this was the legit, for sure, first
What in the
pressing
America's Next Top Model
of Twilight
bullshit is
in the
this?
United Kingdom. It's so scary. And listen, we love to talk shit about the regular covers, the new covers, any other covers they've brought on since and between then.
Why is
All
she
the time.
so
Love
hollow and shiny?
There's always a fun joy too of like foreign covers, right? Or different editions.
That
from different
can't be
countries and
Bella,
publishers,
right? Like, that's
you can have a
not-
little variety, a little spice. But what the fuck is happening?
Is it Alice? Who is it?
On this? And so now
Is
this is like
this
my
your
quest,
name?
right? Like
Is
I
this
want everyone to walk
YN?
with me on this journey.
Where's
because
the
I think if I
author's
don't
name?
find this in my lifetime, what have we been doing here? You know what I mean?
I can't stop looking at it.
She looks like she's like her bones are twigs. I know.
Allegedly a minor.
I know. Literally, who is this woman?
It's giving me a panic attack.
That's
No, I
true.
believe you now. No, I see it. Someone scraped
There's
it
no
off.
information. There's literally no information. It is just this haunting painting, if you could call it that, of this schoolgirl, allegedly
I'm afraid
Bella,
it's gonna
but
like burn
no
itself on
fucking
my
shot,
monitor.
right? And just the
it's
word
never
Twilight.
gonna go away.
Yeah, allegedly. And no Stephanie Meyer's name nowhere to be seen on this, right? Actually, wait, is it really faded? No, wait. If you
I could
zoom
write
in,
a
it is
fucking
like super
DBQ
faded. Do you see
on
that
this.
above Twilight?
Because
Or am
why
I
is there
seeing shit?
fuck-ass Bob? We can see it on one side,
Okay.
but the other side is faded.
This is like an etching. Okay, so this is haunted.
I choose to
this book is
believe
haunted.
that this
Anyone
is just like
who
a side
possesses it, I
character.
think, will start coughing.
It's like not even
in a certain
Angela.
amount
It's
of
just like
time,
some
and
random
that's
kid
terrifying.
that saw Bella and Edward in the
Yeah.
hallway once,
Right.
and just got
Yeah,
like
it's just
frozen
gonna
in time. Like they
permanently
became
emboss
a
itself
ghost
into
in the hallway,
your screen.
and that's why they look like
Like,
that.
I have so
It's like the
many
moment
questions.
when Edward was like, "It's the fluorescence," and then he ran off, and she got frozen.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's just eradicated into the ether. Yeah.
Yeah, can we make this a Morbius
Yeah.
situation? Can we, like, deploy our audience and make them think we really want this? Because I would buy them.
Yeah.
I would make this the fucking
Yeah.
guest book in my house.
If the universe is looking kindly upon us and Stephanie Meyer is listening, I know you already did the re-release anniversary covers, whatever, okay? Old news.
I can't even imagine. Can you imagine the youth of today reading this in school?
That's the
and
thing.
you just see
I
this
kind of want it
fuck-ass
in my
bomb
home. I don't even currently
in
own an actual
classrooms
copy
today?
of Twilight.
Haunting.
But
Haunting.
I need
need
this
it.
one.
Yeah, we need to make
like,
this a
I do need
Morbius thing.
this.
We need to convince the publishers that, like, they need to reprint
Yes.
this
Oh
one,
my god.
actually.
Because also imagine if they let these baddies back into the publishing house and back to the people, the hands of
Not
the people.
just 2 copies.
You also got Midnight Sun, and we can see whatever interpretation we have
I'm convinced
of an Edward.
that thing is gonna fucking show up on my monitors even after I close everything. Like, I'm alive. At least now when I do, like, my morning affirmations, I can be like, my under eye bags don't look like that, you know? Because I feel like they look like that, but they don't. Y'all thought you were done.
Right.
Y'all thought
like,
you were
it will
done with
actually
me talking
have a
about
lot
sports,
of market
and you were
value,
wrong.
and people will for sure buy it, not just us. So please,
Y'all thought
sign
you were done
my
with me talking about the
change.org
gold zone, and you
petition.
were fucking wrong.
We love to see it. How are you doing?
My heart is in the gold zone. I am here to talk about the Paralympics.
Yeah.
This is the first time in my 30 years on this planet, this lifetime, that I've watched the Paralympics because now Peacock has made it accessible for me to watch. Usually, in the past, it's been dumped on some fuck-ass network and it's impossible to watch. Because the Paralympics is not valued in our society. But this time,
Allie lives in the gold
this
zone
time,
now.
no.
She's we haven't seen her.
Peacock said, we're going to give it multiple channels on Peacock. We're going to give it a gold zone.
Fuck yeah.
We're going to do the damn thing. And I said, fuck yeah. If you're going to let me watch it, I'm going to absolutely watch it because I love sport. I'm going to try to talk about this and be really intentional to not go into inspiration porn because that's not my shit. But I am really excited because, one, I fucking love sports.
Yeah.
And I also love to see representation of athletes who are also disabled like myself. So I get really excited. I'm also seeing a lot of sports that I've never seen before, which is really cool. Specifically on the gold zone, it's different than it was for the Olympics. It's very clear that there's less funding. Hate that. But something that I am appreciating is that the hosts that I've seen have been very intentional to not lean into the inspiration porn, which I was very nervous about. Of them being like, oh, they're so inspiring, even though they're disabled, because, like, then I don't want to watch it. Can you believe they're alive? And it's like, shut the fuck up. I just want to see these people swim, all right? I want to see these people play something, they call it goalball on here, but it's actually everyone calls it murder ball. And I think that's fucking badass. Okay? That's so cool as fuck. Peacock is trying to be nice. They're like, no, it's, everyone, it's called goal ball, but everyone, including the athletes, calls it murder ball. And I think that's fucking cool as shit.
It's like, can you believe?
I put on here.
Like, yeah, dog.
Watched
like, what?
Yesterday and saw some of it this morning.
Oh my god.
The ones that they've been showing have been specifically for folks for athletes who don't have arms.
I want to see sport. Good old-fashioned sport.
Using their feet to do the archery. The amount of core strength that requires
that's cool as fuck.
Is shocking.
Yeah.
Because I cannot imagine it. And some of them are like, oh, damn, I only got like an 8 instead of a bullseye. And I'm like, whoa. You're being a little hard on yourself. I know it's the Olympics. You have really high expectations of yourself. But, like, damn, dog. I watched some yesterday of long jump. And it was specifically, because some of these are like, they have specific classifications, right? But I was watching blind long jump. The amount of trust you have to have in yourself and your skills. But also, there's a guide that's there to make sure that, like, you don't fucking kill yourself, right? Or, like, go off into the track while there's people running, right? But the amount of skill you have to have, one, to do that, because they're like breaking records, cool shit, was wild. So I'm seeing new sports too, but I'm also seeing regular sports that, again, I've never had access to because this wasn't available on Peacock before. So it's cool. I highly recommend people watching it. There's a guy on TikTok named Will, and he's been covering some of the sports, the Paralympics, as they watch them. He's really funny. Highly recommend him.
Sure.
Wish that they'd be fucking wearing masks, because if you care about your health that much, you care about disabilities. But they didn't do that at the Olympics either, so I can't say I'm surprised. Wheelchair basketball, wheelchair rugby.
Yeah.
Huge fan. I wanted to bring this to you just as a little giggle. Not the full playbill article, but I saw someone on Twitter making a joke about Interview with the Vampire. Yeah. And apparently it's real. That love of my life Assad.
Yeah, I need to get back
we all
into
know
it. I've only seen, like, highlights and stuff.
With the Vampire.
But, like,
this is a lovely
wheelchair basketball, that shit is so
Playbill.
fucking tight. Are you kidding?
Thank you, Margaret Hall, for it. As you all know from season 1,
wheelchair rugby
have seen a lot of you catching up with on Netflix.
Are you kidding?
Welcome, and I'm sorry. Y'all might know that his character was on an iPad a lot of the first season. Definitely not doing anything. Right. Yeah. So Armand was on an iPad a lot of season 1. And I saw a joke going around on Twitter this week that has been apparently, going around for quite a bit, that, like every time that you saw like this really serious man in season 1 with his iPad, they were like, oh yeah, that guy just on Minecraft. So it turns out that that's
typing his little
true.
notes, definitely not doing anything below board. Definitely not doing
He's just an iPad baby. So if you are watching Interview with the Vampire for the first time, season 1 for the first time, please just know that every time that you see his character that first season on his iPad, according to this piece, he was in fact playing Minecraft. Yeah.
I love this man. My iPad baby. Boy.
That's all you need.
I love too that they're like the way he's talking about this. They're like, okay, I got it from the props master, and it was just like a basic like OG iPad. Didn't really have a lot of a lot of stuff on it. And he was like, as a little goof,
Every
as a
time
little
Louis
Josh,
is like
I was
crying
like,
in these
hey, you got
interviews,
games on this thing? You got games
this
on this?
motherfucker is just playing Minecraft on the other side of the
And
table.
like the next day, he was like, I got you, man.
cannot imagine playing
Minecraft,
Minecraft
Solitaire,
on an
and Pool.
iPad.
Go fucking crazy.
I have
Go
only
wild
played
out
it
here,
on my
man.
laptop,
Yeah,
and then more
I
recently
just
on my
love
Switch. Like, I need buttons.
that idea of him just like, you know,
So doing
making
it-
his little farm, fighting a little Ender Dragon moment, just exploring some builds and some worlds while very serious conversations are happening around him, and he's just like, what? What's that?
Exactly.
Sorry, just like, ooh.
Solitaire makes more sense, right? Because then it would make he'd be like dragging stuff, but Minecraft, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just the details, man. It brings it all to life.
Yeah, for sure. What do you mean? How am I
we have
going
a
to
listener
tap
question
here? What do you
from
mean?
Kat. Could you read some
I would like to imagine, too, on that point, like, just, like, under the table, you can see, like, he's got, like, a dongle connected to the iPad, and it just, like, goes to, like, an N64 controller or something, and he's just, like, locked the fuck in. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. Absolutely.
That does.
Okay, there. This is from Kat. Thank you so much, Kat. Who says, hello, long-time listener, first-time
Same.
caller. Writing in to explain that
I
Tyler's
did
dad is a
forget that
werewolf
you had to kill
plotline.
someone
Basically,
for it
he
to,
carried
like,
the werewolf gene, but he wasn't actually a
start.
werewolf. Someone with the werewolf gene only actually turns if they kill someone, like Tyler did to that girl at the party, and Catherine compels
Yeah.
her. It is my belief that Mr. Mayor Lockwood didn't even know he was a werewolf, as he didn't know why the device TM worked on him, and he was lumped in with all the vampires and then killed circa season 1. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because in my brain, I forgot about the whole gene thing, or it's more of like you kind of gotta initiate it, even if you got the situation. That makes a lot more sense. Maybe.
I am.
But
hey,
also,
Kat, gonna need more details.
right. There's just listen. There's a
About
lot of
this
rules
bit
going on. Sometimes I forget
here?
the werewolf ones because they bore me sometimes. You
So
know, and that's not.
you
not
said
my fault.
that we could ask you lore-based questions.
But also an
I'm gonna be-
incredibly
when we have
important
lore-based questions, I'm going to be
PS
referring
here
to you, Kat. So
from Kat, who says,
"Welcome."
My sister-in-law
But
went
also,
to school with Paul
knowing
Wesley,
that Paul
and he grew up in the town
is
right next
a
to
New
mine,
Jerseyan.
which is just a fun fact.
It clarifies
Strong New Jersey
everything.
vibes from that guy
To
all
me.
around. Wow.
Holy shit. But also,
Yeah.
went to school, like which school? Like middle school? Like, I'm gonna need more details, actually. But I just assumed the mayor knew he was a werewolf because he had,
Yes.
and I guess it was just the underlying stuff of him being so abusive, right? I had just naturally assumed with him being so abusive that he had just like killed someone
So much
by
sense.
some point.
Yeah.
But-
It makes sense to me now. Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Wow.
That he just didn't know. That it was just a
Yeah.
Punnett square.
Right.
So that's great. That is helpful.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck. I thought that we were done with Punnett squares after the Vampire Academy, but alas, it always comes back.
Sure. Yeah.
So last
Yeah.
week.
At any point. Yeah.
Hey, for real, fuck this episode. I'm so tired of saying fuck this show. So last week we ended with Damon giving me
that
heart
sweet
palpitations,
werewolf recessive gene.
which was unfortunate. And I thought this might be just like a fun episode with Mr. Fascism.
It's all back, baby.
and his lackey
It always comes back to
going
Punnett squares.
in doing crime. But I was so wrong, because they kind of did that.
So
but
fuck
it was
this
worse.
episode, right? Oh yeah. You should really have
there
to a
is
recap.
no way to talk about this episode
Yeah.
without talking about
Yeah.
it's not even subtle, but like the very obvious conversion therapy that Caroline's going through. So, I love y'all. It's so overt. Like, we have to talk about it because it's a major part of this episode. It was really rough to watch, but if that is in any way not your style, love you. We'll see you next episode. I hate this show, Cody.
Yup.
Yeah, how did that make you feel that the fucking Ripper was in your town?
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Hey! Right.
Yeah.
They love it there. Right.
But we get to have some fun in Chicago, you know? The titular Ripper. Listen, I love... There's a...
Yeah, they really said, like...
Listen.
Everyone is still dying.
Everyone knows Chicago's the best city in the
We're immortal.
world. And we've seen it time and time again in vampire
We're just gonna keep killing people out here.
That's a powerful stomping ground, you know? And you gotta respect it.
We got
and I love that it
to
was
see.
like 20s type beat. It's just like, hey man,
We
let's just
got
get all
dead
the
people to put
all the mob shit
on
all
walls.
the crime shit, speakeasy type deals. Throw a couple vampires.
Hey Stefan, what's up
Who's
with
gonna
that
know?
though?
How would they know? It's perfect. I love it. Right. Yeah. Y'all have fun though.
Sure.
We're gonna do our thing. Yeah. Like we got shit to do, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Yeah. Right. Yeah, I gotta etch...
Right.
Yeah, like, hey, man, I know you're, like, going through a lot right now in this moment, and killing a lot of people is
Because everything that we've heard about you
and
previously,
not fun,
Stefan,
and maybe not
is
the life
that
you would like to be
go
living right
into
now.
a
However,
blackout rage
making sort of
when you
like
were
a
the Ripper.
shrine on
And
the
then
walls of your apartment
you
of the
become
like
aware
legal
you have a
ass
lot
full
of guilt,
names
and you
of
display
every
your
person you've ever
victims
killed.
with that guilt.
Maybe not the
Klaus
move.
tries to
Like, I guess it does
explain
come in
that you're
handy,
putting
so
the
maybe that was a
names
good
there
idea. But, like,
as
also, hey, why?
trophies. You try
Just
to
like,
make
why
sense of like,
were you
oh,
compelled
well, I
to
wanted
feel
the
that you
names
needed
so
to
that
do
I'll
that?
never
You know,
forget
feels
them,
a little,
so that
feels like a lot.
to honor the dead. Hey, bud, that's not what
Yeah.
trophies are. You wanted to relive those kills, so
Yeah.
I'm not seeing guilt here, bud. That just sounds like a killer with no guilt.
Yeah.
I don't think that making a guy, a human man, drink his girlfriend's blood
Right. Honor the dead.
sounds
you know.
remorseful
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's so worth repeating.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, bud. I think you were kind of doing a lot in a not great way.
He's a really good villain.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, when Paul Wesley is in his evil bag like this,
It is.
and we say it time and time again, but he is so much
the
more fun
moments
to watch.
this episode
He is
where
fucking in it
Past
to win
Stefan
it. Rent was due.
was trying
you know?
to be
Like, he was acting.
good.
He was enjoying his
it was less
time and
interesting
space there,
to me
which we often do not see
than
in him
Paul Lester
as a
just getting
performer.
to be bad. It's very clear that he just
and I know, like,
is better. He has
should
more
be
fun acting
normal
when he
or
gets
whatever.
to be bad.
But, like, this is fun. This is fun to watch. And I'm interested in him, which is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he just wants it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even, like, his relationship with Klaus, like, in the flashbacks, is very interesting, because it's, like, a very total shift of the power dynamic, right? Where
For real.
Stefan is very, like, hotshot, he's the Ripper, he's fucking cool, he can get anyone to do
Here's my
whatever
question
he
for the
wants.
class.
He has
When-
no remorse, he's just
When does
living it up in the club life,
Klaus
baby.
get any sort
And
of
Klaus is
redeemable
like, please,
quality?
sir, can you recognize me? Like, you know, notice me, senpai,
I see a
you know, kind of beat.
lot-
And now, obviously, it's
I
a real
have in
flippy
the
flip,
past seen a
which I'm sure is very
lot
satisfying
of
for
y'all
Klaus.
just
But
really loving
Stefan
on
gets
this
to
guy.
be, you know, kingpin
And
type
don't get me
energy
wrong,
here.
I love
And just
shitty
fucking
characters.
lap it up.
I talk
And that's
a lot on this show about
way more
Demon.
interesting
Demon is
to
objectively
watch.
a really shitty person. He's also multi-dimensional. I have not seen any multi-dimensionality of Klaus thus far.
I don't know if that's ever coming.
You gotta
I don't
give-
know. I think we're in too deep here.
Right. And that's not to say, right, that, like, one-dimensional characters are bad. I love Catherine. Catherine is all about herself, and that's it. Catherine, from what we know thus far, is not a fascist who is trying to build an army of, again, as Stefan said, slaves.
Yeah. Outside of
So,
him really
I
believing
don't
his
mind
brother.
loving Catherine
Or
because she's
being
all
like
about herself.
bad man number one.
I
but
am
out-
gonna need
you know,
a little
there's
bit
not a lot.
more anything from Klaus if he's gonna continue on this show. Cause y'all, all I know is that y'all love this motherfucker. The actor's doing great. That's not what I'm saying. This character,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, he objectively sucks. What he did in this episode of, like, taking Stefan's memory
Yeah.
from him and then bringing it back is just on the list of the shitty things that this dude's done. Nasty dude. Bad brother who just has all of these coffins of his siblings in seemingly multiple locations, by the way, of his family.
Yeah. Really sucks, like, on an objective
But
level.
it makes so much more sense last episode why he was trusting of Stefan, being like, oh, of course you've killed the doppelganger. Because he has all this history with Stefan. Nasty dude. Nasty dude.
Yeah.
I will say I was surprised, though, in that moment where Stefan and Rebecca were feeding off the same person. Okay, CW. All right,
Yeah.
CW. Also, I thought Klaus had 7 siblings. Where the fuck do all these people keep coming from?
Yeah.
Because so far, it's him, it's Klaus, Elijah, Trevor, Rebecca. So I guess we've only met 4.
God damn.
I guess we have 3 unnamed people that I guess we could meet.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
I didn't believe him
I'm getting
when
what
he
you're
said that
putting down
Rebecca's
here.
temper was worse than his was, but I mean, she does have a temper on her.
This family tree is exhausted. What's going on?
So,
He
wasn't wrong. He was not wrong.
Yeah.
I just...
Yeah. Yeah.
What's her deal? Why is she here?
Yeah.
We knew she didn't have the necklace.
Yeah,
Is
3
she
new
just
bombshells
gonna
could
be
enter
like
the
a
villa at
temporary
any
fling for
moment.
Stefan?
To really round this
Okay.
out.
Fine. But...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't wrong.
Sorry I was dead.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that seems like that's a long time
Yeah,
to
Klaus,
keep track
isn't
of
it
a
your
necklace
job?
like
'Cause
that.
you've
You know
been
what I
alive
mean?
the whole
Like,
time?
that seems a little...
So
If I was a
you figure it
vampire, right, and lived forever,
Actually.
and it was like, hey, here's this piece of jewelry
Right.
you had
And also, on
100
her
years
last
ago,
day alive,
right?
they were raided by the police.
I'd be like, hey, for sure, thanks for
off.
checking up on that.
Actually.
That was 100 years ago. So I don't know where the shit I had was yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, that could be anywhere. You know? I think that's a lot to ask. I think that's a lot.
Yeah. I will say that that raiding scene was such a jump scare.
Right. Like,
The
why is it...
cop
She
that
just
Stefan
got
talked
here,
to,
you know?
Sebastian Roche. He's in Supernatural.
And it's a whole new world.
I've met that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've been to a con where he is.
Yeah.
He
So,
smells
like...
good. But it's just like,
I don't know,
the
maybe
CW
we do a little bit
universe
of
is
digging
so
in the
small.
glove more. You know, like, why are we just like, oh, of course you still have this
so
on you
weird.
because you've been frozen in time for 100
It's just one of those
years
things
or
where it's like,
whatever.
you know, because they fucking,
But, like,
they film in
motherfucker,
Vancouver
I
and
don't
then some in
remember.
Georgia, right? So
What?
they're all,
a lot of stuff was happening.
they're all
you know?
there. They can just call someone up.
Yeah.
You know when Stefan heard this, he was pissed because he's like, I know exactly where that fucking necklace is.
Oh
It's
my
all,
God.
you know, like,
Whoa.
Fuck.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay,
damn it!
that's
I
good to
just
know.
told her to fuck off, and now I know
Yeah.
exactly where that necklace is.
It's all connected.
Gloria, hot. If we're not gonna get Bonnie still, which is rude, by the way, to not have Bonnie and Jeremy in an episode, thank you for
Yeah.
giving us a hot witch to look at in this episode. Correct, for having to deal with this nasty situation.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it.
In here. I appreciate this little treat on here.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good.
You don't think I can use one of my
Yeah.
fucking spell slots
Yeah.
to make me age beautifully?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At least as some form of, you know, reward.
I am living in year 3000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
I love too
you
that everyone that came into
want
contact with her was
to
like, wow,
scream
I thought
about
you'd be
Caroline?
old and
Or
haggard.
do you
And
wanna
she's like,
scream about
I'm a
Damon?
witch. I'm good. I'm chilling. Like, I'm just aging gracefully. Yeah.
I will say I'm glad
Yeah,
that
like
it
I got
ended.
some vitamin
Like,
shit y'all never even heard
glad
of.
that it's
You know what I mean?
done,
Like I'm working on levels
'cause I don't think I
that
could have
that
taken
we'll
another
never see.
episode of
Like
it.
get the fuck out of here, Mr. Shiny Vampire. Gonna be, you know, frozen in time as a vampire. Fuck
No.
off. Eternal youth. Meh. Whatever.
No.
Let's get Caroline out of the way because I'm gonna be upset. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at least they just,
Yeah.
which is still, like, did not love watching it, but it was contained within this, which was,
I don't
better.
remember anything.
But
in
goddamn,
this
she
episode
can't
came
catch
out.
a fucking break
But I wonder.
in here.
I wonder
and
if there was like backlash to it.
Makes me incredibly sad. And she just wants
not,
love.
Not because I hope that there
from
was,
her
but
parents
it's just
and to
so
be understood.
overtly about conversion therapy.
And at every single chance, and multiple different times of,
like,
intact
Caroline
memory
saying,
and
like,
not
I
intact
can't
memory
be
and
fixed.
back again to
like,
intact
why
memory.
do you want to fix me?
She will never get it.
And
that's
that I
fucked.
wonder if there was some sort of like conservative pushback on there.
Yeah. Like, it's literally 1-to-1.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I would have to imagine. But God, like, it's just
To
so
something
tough.
that is biological.
It is,
right.
like very clearly a direct line of just being like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you can't just expose me to sunlight repeatedly as a punishment to, like, weed out, the evil sickness that is inside of me.
But
like,
not in a while.
I'm just gonna
Not
die
since-
here. Like, if
not
that's
since
what
the
you
very
want, that's
jump.
the
She's been
situation
really
that's gonna
good.
happen. But, like, you're not gonna reduce my tolerance or whatever to this.
Much more than the Salvatores,
And I'll be
I'd
like,
say.
chill. Right. Yeah, like, this is now a foundational part of me and my body and who I am. And, like, that's it. I'm out here I'm not killing too many people. Sometimes Caroline gets a little whatever. It's not her fault. She's figuring it out. But, like, and...
Yep.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
just let
that's
her
when she was,
own,
like,
an
super
event
baby, like,
management company
what's
and
going
get
on
stuff done
type deal.
so fast.
So, like, she's been very put together. There are much
The amount
older
of sweet
vampires who
16s
kill
and
all the
weddings
time.
that she had in this really
Like,
small town would be
who are
bonkers.
causing a lot of problems for the town. Caroline
it
is
is-
just literally
It
chilling.
is so
You know?
overt
She's
of her
just
dad
chilling.
being like,
She just wants
oh, well, shit, the
to
sun's
find
gone down.
love
Okay, I
and to
guess
live
we'll
her
pick
life
this up
and
tomorrow.
to
And her being
plan
like,
a million parties with super fast vampire speed.
Why?
And I love that for her.
Like,
She should be able to do that.
nothing's gonna change here, my dude.
Like, that's not a crime.
God.
It would go absolutely wild. She would be making so much money. God damn.
Yeah, maybe he'll stop putting vervain in the ventilation system and, like, kill me.
Yeah. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even, too, like, the beginning of that interaction of, like, the ring, too. Because, like, you can tell in that moment she's like, okay, being held captive, not great, but it is my dad. Maybe we'll be fine, right? Question mark. Because he's my dad and he loves me? Question mark.
I've been a very anti.
Yeah,
like, I've been a
like,
very
that'd be
strong hater
cool.
of Liz throughout
And
the
he's
show.
like, oh, so, like, how
And
do
she's
you,
still on my
you know,
show
how does all this fucking work and stuff?
I
And she's like, I got
was
this bad
very
boy right here,
grateful
this
that
ring.
Tyler
Like,
showed up
I'm telling
this
you this
episode
as, like, a
and was
fun,
like,
hey, you can know
Liz,
something about me and what
you need
happens.
to go
And also,
shoot
I
your
love
ex-
you.
your
And
ex
he's
up.
like,
And
cool,
then,
cool,
like,
got it. Let me just yoink that right off and torture you
I was very grateful.
immediately
Yeah, like,
and without
and
malice. So,
I think the conversation that she
that's
has
tough
with
to
Caroline
watch.
after their home is very typical for some families of, like, you know, this is something that our generations have had, and, like, he just he can't, like, expand his brain to think of you any way other than how we were raised. And she's like, well, you did. Like,
right.
You were sitting here with me.
You know what you need to do.
Yeah, well, you know. Right, yeah, like, you're different. Which I still think is very much Liz's stance, right? Of, like, I don't agree with this, but I'll believe, like, you know, like, she doesn't believe in, like, LGBTQ rights, but she's gonna, like, tolerate her daughter kind of thing. And so for Caroline to be like, thanks for believing me, I was like, oh, shit. But I was really grateful.
But that was different, right?
Like
that, we can agree that was
finally feel safe enough to like
I'm cool and different.
And for her to finally be like, damn, my dad hates me. Like, because she needed that moment to just breathe, because she would not be able to do it in front of her mom.
Yeah.
And Tyler
yeah, for sure.
He doesn't fully get it, right? Like, his mom is a little bit different, but like he gets it. He's also a creature. And he can be there for her, which is something that she really needs. But damn, Bill, like, what the fuck? You can't just, like, torture a kid. It's so nasty. I don't like you. I also don't like watching that. I don't. No, thank you. I would like to not watch that again. It's not great. It was such a fucking whiplash, this show.
Yeah.
This episode in particular, to, like, have Caroline be, like, literally tortured and breaking down. And then also, like, Damon is in Elena's bed. And she, like, opens her eyes, but then, like, for a moment doesn't move. Yeah. I own multiple homes. Why are you in my home, Damon? I also own your house.
Yeah.
You owe me rent, Damon.
Hello.
It's 6 a.m.
Right. She's like, what is this presence here? First of all, also, mind you, it's like 6 a.m., right? Like, he's just, like, posing, you know, as being like, oh, hey, sorry.
He's so flirty
like,
with her this episode.
It's like, brother, this is my bed. What are you doing? Huh?
Him being like, oh, yeah,
Right.
It just, like,
are you in my home
in
my
dream.
bedroom?
I was naked.
You know?
You would have loved it. Like, you
What's going
motherfucker,
on?
no. Catherine called you. Stop.
Yeah, actually, you're even past due. Yeah, like, can we just give it a break? And he's like, oh, sorry, like, I thought you'd be super excited to bring Stefan home, but I guess I'll do it myself. It's like, you're an asshole.
Road is some of my favorite stuff in this show.
Surely there are other ways of delivering that information. It's so wild. Ugh.
I want to see him. I want to see them go to, like, a drive-through.
Yeah.
And him try to place an order for her. Because I know
I
he'd
do
be
love that we
so
get the
snarky about
beautiful
it, but
return
also be
of
very
the Damon
adamant that
Elena
she,
road
like,
trip.
eats something.
That's really important.
It's just this small shit that, like, he's being really overtly flirty with her this episode.
I could watch an entire
but the way that they
separate
jab
show
at each
that
other
is just them
is very good to me.
on a real road
and
trip, seeing the sights, going to see the
and there's just something about this episode too that, like, he's really trying to convince her that Stefan is not worth it. Like, he's worse than she thinks. And he's done that so far this season. But this time in particular, it really feels like he's trying to say, like, he's not worth it. Stay with me. And Damon, your emotions are showing.
Yeah. Ugh.
But fucking Elena, loves a lost cause is like, oh, well, I'm just going to read this diary that I didn't want to read. And Lexi fixed broken Stefan, so I'll just do that too. Girl, don't fix a man.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Are you feeling in public again? Interesting.
You have properties. Don't lock yourself down to fixing a broken man. Go to Paris. Don't be the girl who didn't go to Paris, right. Elena.
She's like, I guess I'll read this. Girl, like, you're going through a lot already.
Damon was like, oh yeah, like,
and you're surrounded by
go back and like see my
very
sites.
broken
Apparently he
dudes,
was in Chicago too,
and that's
while
not
Stefan was there.
Your fault. But you don't have
Way
to.
to bury the
that
lead.
doesn't have to be your
Asshole.
fight. You know. Think about college. You know, yeah, go to Paris. Like, I don't know, like it.
Yeah,
go,
he was like killing
like,
a
see
lot
the
of people
sights,
back then.
You know,
but and I'm
take
like,
a vacay.
I was here, but I didn't do anything about it. And so he lets her in this apartment and goes to go see Gloria and flirt with her, obviously, thinking, oh, Elena's gonna be fine. Damon.
Yeah, I love that it was so casual, being like, yeah, I was there, you know? Like, I wasn't, like, hanging out with him because he was kind of a dick, but I was here,
when we're
partying,
splitting up work.
living life.
You know? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
and you know that if she dies,
sir,
then
how many times
the master,
and this
the
is
master,
not to say
emphasis on
Elena's
master. I'm
symptom,
using that word
distress,
very intentionally
can't protect
here.
yourself, whatever.
The master
However,
plan begins.
Splitting up has never ever been good here, especially if, I don't know,
Is dead. Yep.
you know that Klaus is here with Stefan, because that's what you've been told. Why would you ever have Elena by herself in any context?
Right. But Damon's like, well, I don't use my spidey senses, so they're not going to use their spidey senses, and it'll be fine.
Right. And also, everyone here is operating on the idea that Elena been dead.
That's what I didn't
So,
get
like,
about when
I don't
Klaus
know.
showed up to the apartment.
Maybe a disguise?
Why the
Maybe
fuck
not even
can
nothing
an
anything
original-
super wild, right? A fun
Not
hat.
even if he's not using his spidey
Pair of
senses,
sunglasses?
right? But like,
And
I
not
thought
inside
vampires
of
had
Stefan's
heightened
old
senses. Why
apartment.
can he not smell Elena?
Where, I don't know, they might show up. Because that's where they apparently are. What are we doing?
Right. Like, oh, that's so interesting, Stefan. You said this is an abandoned apartment. I can smell Love
They're not
Spell
gonna
by
sniff
Victoria's
out
Secret.
A
And
human
I know,
woman?
having been by
on these
Elena like a
premises?
couple weeks ago, she
Get outta
loves
here.
Love Spell.
What are we doing?
So what the fuck's that mean? What?
Yeah.
Klaus? Are you just that confident that you also turn off your spidey senses? Maybe you two are meant to be friends. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, she hid in the closet. No one's gonna know. And it worked. Like, what?
exactly. All the time. Great. That moment, though, when Stefan saw Elena was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It would have been funny, though. Like, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but it would have been funny if Stefan was like, oh my god, Klaus. Look, Elena.
Yeah.
End of season.
Right.
3 episodes in.
I'm confused. Nobody is using their powers to the actual potential.
She would have been so... She would have been so
Just
fucking
two dumb
betrayed.
bitches
She's
telling
like,
each
bitch,
other
I thought we were
exactly,
endgame. I know it wouldn't
So
have happened,
good.
but it would have
Yeah.
been so funny. Damon was such an asshole to Elena when he came back. But she's not. Could you imagine?
Like, oh, she's right here.
That he was so worried.
Weird. Yeah.
And he was trying to be like, listen, I had an hour. I freaked out when you weren't here.
Continue with your plan.
Now go get changed, because Klaus might kill me. So that you can get like 2 seconds to go talk to Stefan, okay?
It's like you're a rat. You're a fucking snake. God damn.
He means everything to me.
Yeah. 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 Right. I love him. He's so annoying. Because he's just like, yeah. Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, I had to take a breather, you know? I had to freak the fuck out. Had to do a couple circles.
He means
breathe in, breathe out a little bit. And now, and you're good. That's right. So we're good. You're a little stinky though from the road trip. So here's some change of clothes.
He's just not
and
nice,
then it's like,
and
hey, maybe you're not hearing what I'm telling you. Just to like. Keep
I just needed to go punch some hybrids, and I'm back.
Here.
Okay, you didn't want to see me like that.
Question mark? Is that the question?
You go deal with it.
God, I love him. God.
And
like he means all of that, right? Like that's just how he's delivering
wooden bullets at Klaus
the information, processing the situation. And he's like, "Yeah, I bungled it. I had to."
I mean, it was obviously someone who
take
was
a minute,
after
and now we're
Klaus,
back, baby. Let's go.
We don't
anyway,
know who that is.
Let's party.
And
right.
And I have questions.
Yeah.
I would like.
Right.
I'm
good.
Interested. Because Klaus immediately back then was like, "Ooh, gotta go." Someone, like, who's Klaus afraid of?
Oh my god!
This whole time he's been like, I'm just making
because like
this
surely
a group of slaves for no reason. But obviously it's not for no reason.
Right. At this moment.
So who are you afraid of, Klaus? His therapist.
Yeah. Reveal yourself.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. Oh, that's my cue.
Would like to know your
Get
thoughts
the fuck out
on
of here.
Damon being stabbed with that fucking umbrella drink.
Like you're supposed to be the big man, sir.
Why was he so flirty with Klaus?
Right. Like he is scared and running away from something, someone, sir.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like, this is Gloria's bar. But him looking at Klaus and being like, "Oh, honey, I've been called worse." Sir?
God, what? What a beautiful...
I really appreciated Gloria in that moment, though, because she's like,
yeah,
y'all
like,
need to get the fuck out of my bar.
Is still...
You can go kill each other somewhere else, but I'm not cleaning this up.
He has chemistry with everyone, right?
Go.
Through the roof. It's hard to deny. But this? God. I was like, are y'all gonna fucking fuck or what? What are we doing?
Disrespectfully. Get the fuck out. No, I appreciated that. I needed that comedic relief to buffer Stefan trying to do the fucking union speech out in the parking lot.
All right. Yeah. I'm trying to run a fine establishment here, and y'all are really annoying. I can't do it. Respectfully? Actually, disrespectfully. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. She's so real. Yeah. God. Literally being like, it's not fucking safe, dude. Like, just tell her it's over. I can't do it. Also, we can't have the idea that she's alive right now. That's gonna really bungle a lot of things for everyone. Damon, so how about you run on over, bring her back, like I told you to do the first time, and tell her that I don't want to fucking be with her. And Damon, with the fucking quickness, is like, tell her yourself, bitch.
But instead of it
Camera
being
pans,
a kiss
Elena,
in New Moon,
standing
Elena
alone
missed
in the parking lot,
trying to stab him
shaking.
with a needle.
Like, what the fuck, bitch?
So it's a really strange energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, Elena tries to fight it, of course.
But yeah, he really does. He's like, I just want you to go. I wish that you had died with your parents in that car crash.
And Stefan, you're right, really does give the New Moon speech of being like,
the Converse
I
you wear
never
are
want to be
ugly.
with you. I never liked you. I actually really don't like you. And I
your
never
breath
did.
stinks.
And also, fuck you. And you suck.
The journal
and
entries
you
that you
me.
write in your diary
and
are
you
trash.
need to leave.
Yeah, I've read them when you're sleeping. And also, I really fucked up your credit score for you. Now that you're 18, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, different vibes happening here.
In the last, 5 days since you've been 18.
Would have been easier for everyone. Right.
I really set you up for failure. Your credit score is trash. Okay, bye.
You haven't been to school in a full 2 years.
Also, I bought you. You were in debt in Bitcoin. It's 2011.
Yeah, I've been making a lot of offshore accounts. I've been committing tax evasion in your name.
Also, your dress is ugly. And she's like, "What the fuck?"
But on the bright side, you have a lot of beautiful oceanfront
I just
property.
get in the car,
Brazil.
Damon. I just want to go home. I need to go look up what my credit score is immediately.
Yeah, I also participate in a lot of
I think
eBay
Stefan
auctions.
fucked me for life. Literally. I hate Chicago. I'm never coming back here.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And then also we find out that Catherine's been here the whole time.
Anyway.
She really likes Sam Rice to them. Right. So she's just been
this guy fucking stinks.
like a fucking news beat. She's just been trailing and Stefan just so that she knows where they are.
What happened this weekend
and can
financially
stay away
can
from
never
them,
happen
but isn't
again.
interacting with them. But she was there in the past and the present. She's there all the time in the background. Always has been, always will be.
God.
I just don't know what we're gonna do now
she's
because
like, you thought.
Klaus remembers.
I thought I wasn't gonna follow you. I gave you the tip.
Stefan remembers that he was
Losers.
besties with Klaus, and that he really fucked with Rebecca back in the past. No, but Elena has the necklace, so he does have to interact with her after he just read her for filth.
Well. Always has been.
Most of it was fake. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that necklace back.
Right. It's like, hey,
I'm so nervous
so
about next week because
about that
it's titled
conversation.
"Disturbing Behavior." Stefan is making this fuck ass.
I said a lot of things I didn't.
Every
mean.
boyfriend
I'm sure you feel
selfie
the
when
same
you see it on
way.
Hinge face.
But I do.
And I hate it.
Ooh, you do have something that's important.
I'm
and then
also
you
really
can,
nervous.
You can fuck off forever. For
I
sure
just.
after
It's such
that.
a punchable
But
face.
I do need. Ooh, can I just?
I'm also nervous because we still don't know what's up with Bonnie.
Swipe that.
We still don't know what's up with Jeremy and
Forgot it
his
was on
ghost
Alone.
girlfriends.
You know? Whoops. Ooh.
Caroline's obviously not in a great place. Arguably no one's in a good place right now. And we're only going to be 4 episodes in. I would only say that Catherine's in a good place right now, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think she's aware of, like, everyone, what they're doing, and she's not being compelled by anyone right now. So I think she's in the best place compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
It feels like we are 10 episodes in, but we're not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's not a good idea. I'm stressed out. We have some amazing patrons today. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you to Sean Salvatore. Ooh,
yeah, it's so early
Katia
with all this stuff that's going on. Like, I'm not mad at it because it does feel like a lot is happening.
Thank you.
But I know how
Genevieve
this works,
Morgan.
and that means the goalposts are really getting pushed for what's going to be the big bad at the end
thank
here.
you to
And
Jenny
I'm a
Bennett.
little nervous. Not a little nervous.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Absolutely. Thank you to Callista Lockwood.
Jokes on you.
Ow.
Last, but certainly
Thank
not
you to
least.
Megan
Thanks.
Pattinson.
And, last but certainly not least.
Thank you to Ashlyn Vogel.
To Jillian Ivashkov.
Ooh.
We have
Thank you to
had
Danielle
some
Burke.
really sad fan fictions lately. And I finally found...
Thank you to Sophia
silly goofy
Salinger.
this is from the author Dance at Bogjaval.
And last, but certainly not
the
least,
title
thank you to Emily
is
Ozera.
This is Ridiculous Even for Mystic Falls.
Bow, bow.
The summary
Oh, shit.
is
I didn't scroll.
in which
I was too
Klaus
zoomed in.
becomes an art teacher at Mystic Falls High.
Apologies.
And it's only one chapter.
Pew, 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 for real this time. Pew, 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 pew.
So, keep in mind the title. In the absence of any real dangers, Klaus decides to order antique mahogany from Avignon and to apply for the post of Master of the Arts at Mystic Falls High. Charm, of course, is the key to anything. I'm sorry, sir, the principal says. I'm going to have to see your qualifications. To be honest with you, I have no idea why my secretary even gave you an interview. He tilts his head at her. I'm in a suit, sweetheart. He pauses. I have a British accent. You've got to be fucking kidding me, Damon says later at the grill, 3 shots down and counting. A lark is passed out on the table. It's 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, after all. He did what? Elena widens those doe eyes, and shit, suddenly, both Salvatores are suddenly thinking white picket fences and St. Bernards. Stefan's eyebrows go up and down, and everyone knows what that means. It's forehead brooding 101. Though eyebrows shout speaketh for thee. Carolyn furrows her brow. We have an art class? It's true, though. They only go to history, on the first Wednesday of every month. Rick needs a job, you know. End scene. Just as a legal requirement. They get most of their credits from supplemental community activity. That's what they're enrolled in, is community service, independent studies, things like that. Right. But then they just have...
That's too
they
real,
have
though. It's being wait, there's art here?
history, independent study,
we go to
independent
school
study
once,
lunch,
a week.
Study,
just to really
study
just make
art,
appearances.
and then your day's done, and then it's great.
I didn't realize y'all were rocking with that.
So
Okay,
I don't see what the problem is.
You know?
Those are the only classes that you need to succeed in life. Obviously, history and art, and lunch.
Sure, yeah.
Everybody, right?
Yeah.
And then independent study, so you can do.
It's
community
all
events,
independent study,
like
yeah.
trash pickup and whatever the
Real
fuck that
immersive
Gone with the Wind thing was.
you know.
Well, friends, send us your send us your backstory, send us your lore. If you also have a family member that knows the Vampire Diaries cast, you are obligated to tell us.
Yeah. You did it. You did.
Please don't keep that and just listen to this. You do need to tell us. That's really important.
That's
news.
for sure. Yeah.
Tell your friends about the show.
Yeah, let's not forget lunch.
Here in the Pacific Northwest. Ooh, trash pickup and whatever the fuck that Gone with the Wind thing was.
Yeah.
Well, friends, send us your backstory, send us your lore. If you also have a family member that knows the Vampire Diaries cast, you are obligated to tell us.
Yeah.
Please don't
legally you
keep
have
that,
to tell us.
and just listen to this. You do need to tell us. That's really important news. Tell your friends about the show, and as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.